Greetings, North Andover. I'm your host, Gabrielle Griffiths, and it's time for the latest edition of your North Andover Journal. Let's start off the show with an event that's been in the making for 2 years now. Michael Smolak, owner of Smolak Farms in North Andover, has been the winner of the Lifetime Preservation Award since 2020, an award that is well-deserved and has often been delayed. On Thursday, May 5th, we were finally able to join together on the farm itself to celebrate Michael and all of his amazing achievements he has made over the years in North Andover.
This is an event where we're honoring Michael Smolak, which has been 2 years coming because COVID, of course, we couldn't have it 2 years ago, and then last year, again, we couldn't have it. So this year was worked out perfectly, you know, and he offered us to have it at the farm here so we could have an even bigger event, you know, than we have. So it's a lovely event. We're very happy to honor him as he's done so much, you know, for the town of North Andover and his farm and everything. So it's exciting.
The story behind the farm goes way beyond me and much earlier. The parts of this farm go back to 2500 BC, which is really pretty astounding. The farm itself is about 300 years old, and like a lot of places, they were settled very, very early, and it's gone through a succession of owners. My family's part in it started the better part of 100 years ago in 1927. My grandparents bought the farm. In the late 60s, my grandmother died, and my father died a few years later. I was away in school in Philadelphia, and when I finished, I came back permanently to kind of straighten things out. And over 50 years later, I'm still straightening things out. In 1985, my sister Eileen and I opened the farm stand. She started making her pies, and we discovered cider donuts, and it went from there. So, you know, from there we added, you know, we expanded the bakery, items and different items in the farm stand, added an ice cream stand. Then we upgraded the animal area, functions, weddings, educational programs, a CSA, community supported agriculture, farm to table dinner series, planted 300 apple trees. My mother said, how are you ever going to sell all those apples? And I don't know, I've got 6 acres of peaches, 3 acres of strawberries, 3 acres of cherries, 3 acres of blueberries, a couple acres of raspberries, and a bunch of acres of Christmas trees. They're a product of your family. And you know, I've got to really be grateful to my parents and grandparents. They brought me up with a good sense of self, and I've had some of the best friends along the way. My friend Kathy Stevens, and she gave me a real appreciation of history of the town, and we've done some joint projects. Early on, we did a collecting of old photographs, images of farms, because they were disappearing, and back when we did those, it was expensive to copy them, so we cherry-picked them. They're at the Historical Society. And then later on, we developed this thing called the Farm Legacy program, which is a 2-hour video recorded interview of farmers and farm families that we could find. And we did about, I don't know, 14 or 16 of them. George Barker was a real mentor to me. And there are a lot of, you know, innumerable friends over the years that have helped build this place and keep this place. You know, a few years ago, Bill DeRosa came on as my business manager. He was the superintendent at Whittier, and he's done a wonderful job of helping turn this place around. And today I have got the best staff. I've got a bunch of managers, and each and every single one of them is just beyond gold. If it weren't for them, this place would not be here. They're dedicated, they work hard, and they'll do anything. And so I'm very, very lucky. I served for 3 presidents. They appointed me to this branch of the USDA. There's 5 that get picked from each state. So I must have straddled the line because I served through 3 different administrations. And then I was on the Board of Agriculture for the state. So I've kind of termed out on that. So now I'm doing this and then sort of trying to think of what I'm going to do for the next 20 or 30 years, or maybe more.
The North Andover Scarlet Knights varsity softball team's 2022 season is in full swing. This year's campaign has seen some big effort, some big wins, and even a special moment of inspiration born from tragedy. We'll let the Scarlet Knights tell you their story.
As the weather gets warmer with summer approaching, the local athletic fields are heating up as well. The respective seasons for high school spring sports are well underway here in North Andover, and that includes the varsity softball team. We recently checked in with head coach Caitlin Flanagan, now in her 9th season at the helm. She updated us on the progress of her squad.
Season's going pretty well so far. We're 8-6, which 5 out of those 6 games we could have won, which is a positive and a negative, right? You want to come out on top, but it means we compete in every single game we play in just about. So that's good news for the postseason too.
Though the coach mentioned the close losses, the team also had some big wins, including a 15-1 win over Newburyport, a 24-2 win over Essex Technical, and an 18-12 win against neighboring rival Andover. She's quick to give credit to her whole team and to point out an offensive standout.
In terms of standouts, we're really strong all the way through our lineup. It's kind of a unique thing about this team is that we're so strong all the way through. Probably leading our offense is our catcher, Juliana Roach. She's got 22 RBIs in 22 hits, which is pretty incredible. 5 home runs, so she's probably leading the offensive charge. But really, we are strong. I mean, most of our lineup is hitting above 300, which is awesome.
One of the things Coach Flanagan shared with us is the shared goals for her and her team for the rest of the season.
Our goals are to win every inning, every single inning that we play. We always talk about it on offense and defense. We want to beat the other team, and if we can beat them every inning, we're going to come out on top and make a nice postseason run. And
while the season has been one of excitement for the Scarlet Knights, it has also been one of sorrow. But the efforts of one parent turned that sorrow into inspiration. Coach Flanagan tells us more.
We had a loss in our softball family. 2 of my players, Juliana and Jenna Roach, lost their father this past fall. And we lost him as a program. I mean, he was at every game, sometimes before we even got to the field. He was truly our number 1 fan. And he lost a very long and very courageous battle with cancer, unfortunately. But it banded us together, and to show that, one of our parents made some wristbands that had the message of forever in our hearts on and off the field in memory of Rick Roach.
The loss of Mr. Roach was deeply felt by the softball community because of his longtime involvement in the sport.
He's been coaching these girls longer than I've been coaching these girls, and I think that's a big reason why this team is so tight-knit, because they always played together and they always played for him. I remember he would sit over here on the right field line, and every day kids would run past and say, hey coach, and I always thought they were talking to me, and they were never talking to me. They were always talking to Coach Rick. So he is someone that everyone felt the loss. Nobody more than his 2 girls, but everyone felt the loss.
With 3 games left to go in the regular season, the Knights want to rack up some victories to improve their standing in the postseason. One thing is for sure, however, no matter how they do, they will be smiled upon by the spirit of someone who will be forever in their hearts, on and off the field.
Recently, the North Andover VFW was filled with cheer for their patriotic cheer raffle. This raffle featured tons of great prizes, and the proceeds all went to the North Andover VFW Post 2104. Let's check it out.
So it's nice to Patriot cheer for the VFW. All the raffles go to all the individuals here, volunteering their time, serving some money to help us out. All the proceeds go to not only the maintenance and upkeep for the post, but also buying ammunition for the funeral details for the local fallen veterans we have in the community. It goes to help the senior center and the seniors in the area, veterans in the area, as well as holiday cheer coming up for Christmas as well, and just general support for the community. I'm the soon-to-be post commander. I'll be taking over in June. So the activities there, I'll lead all the meetings, lead the community efforts, kind of the face of the organization for the next at least year or 2 as if I keep getting elected. We have 10 raffles, 14 raffles per raffle, so 140 gifts. What they do is buy a ticket, $1 a ticket. You come on out, they'll call the names up, we'll bring some of the prizes over to you. So we have everything from golf course, a foursome for golf courses, to home electronics, things like that. We have a TV. Then our last raffle is the big raffle. We have all the high dollar gift cards from local restaurants. in stores that were generous enough to donate to us. We have probably a little over 40 companies here who gave us donations and gift cards, so we're raffling off those as well, which is obviously great for the community, great for them, great for us. We usually do this on St. Patrick's Day, but with COVID and the new uptick, we wanted to move it out a little bit, so we called it the Patriot Cheer this year in honor of Patriots Day. We just had big holiday in Massachusetts, obviously, so we kind of changed it up from St. Patrick's Day, now a little more patriotic. Yeah, no, it's a lot of fun, a lot of laughs. We have downstairs at the bar area, we have a lot of tables. We have tables upstairs as well. As the night gets a little bit longer, we'll have all these tables fill up, which will be nice. Usually people order food, drinks. We have the 2 bars that are open, and then a lot of food. People coming in. Downstairs, someone just brought a whole bunch of pizza and French fries. It smells amazing down there. Everybody's passing around food and drinks. It's a great time.
On Tuesday, May 10th, North Andover CAM held its annual meeting. The meeting is a time for us to celebrate with our members and is also a time to let you know how the organization did in its last full calendar year. It was a night full of achievements and awards. We also had live magic show with Anthony Jordan and a wonderful dinner thanks to Pita Time in North Andover. Let's take a look at our annual meeting, both in front and behind the cameras.
The family of diamonds. So, very particular.
What I specialize is in sleight of hand card magic. So it's different kinds of techniques to find cards and just do a lot of crazy things with card tricks, going way beyond what anyone has done before. Some things I'm gonna do tonight, I actually haven't even shown anyone before.
Oh, all right.
Another one. All right, hold on to this one.
Okay.
What was your card?
It was a 2 of clovers.
How crazy would it be if it's still in there?
With your name on it.
We were hybrid last year, so I'd like to welcome everybody. We had a nice dinner right before this meeting, supplied by Pita Time out on Route 114, and we had a nice meal, and we want to give a big thanks to them for sponsoring the annual meeting. And I just want to make sure that everybody's comfortable, welcome, and we'll get on to our annual meeting. I don't have my notes, but everybody knows Ray De Silva.
32.
He moved on this as of December 31st this year. So, but we had a great year with him, a great few years with him. But we wish him the best.
33. Take 3. And show Nick all kinds of neat stuff for his behind the scenes reel.
Yep.
Hi, folks.
We've had our most successful youth meeting in a while, actually, with more members in the previous years of coming this year. So that's good. Cheer on to that.
Everybody's eager to hand the buck. So,
There's 2 sections of that. There's middle school and then high school up into college.
the way we set it in motion and specifically defined it that way has helped us. In a time of COVID, when there was, projects were hard to gather
Back to full
people
screen.
and
Camera
whatnot.
3 is off again.
So I'm going to announce Liam Ryan, paper award for you.
Thank you.
Originally, I was approached by this young man. He was a young man in those days.
Thank you very much. And you're welcome to say words. We'll see you next year.
To close out this Springfield episode, we will be turning it over to the North Andover Sustainability Committee for an update on their Earth Day North Andover cleanup event.
I'm here with the North Andover Sustainability Committee, and today is our townwide cleanup. We do this event, we host this event every year, right around Earth Day. And as you can see behind me, we have a bunch of grabbers and trash bags and gloves, and so we encourage residents to come down during our cleanup. They can pick any area that they want in town, fill up bags, and our friends at the DPW come by and pick up the bags. So really all you gotta do is stuff a bunch of trash in a bag and you're done, right? We have other things going on in conjunction with our town cleanup. We have Revision Energy is here. And we actually have Sun Squatch here today as well, and they're providing residents with information on implementing solar energy within their at their own homes. Hey, high five. We also have offbeat composting. So residents who do their composting with offbeat, they can come and pick up their bag of compost. And we also today are selling composters for those folks that want to do composting at their house. So it's a great event. We do it every year, and every year it seems to be growing. So we look forward to doing this again soon.
That will do it for this edition of the North Andover Journal. Be sure to tune in to our next edition, in which we will bring you coverage of North Andover's annual town meeting, in which some pressing town issues will be addressed. Here at the Journal, we are always on the lookout for a great North Andover news story or even a fresh new idea for a show, feature, or segment. So if you have any ideas or exciting news, please let us know by emailing me at the link below. We want to take a moment to shout out our sponsors that air the Journal every day. If you ever find yourself hungry for a great meal, visit any of these locations and watch the Journal on their TVs as you enjoy some great local North Andover food. Thanks again for joining us, and from all of us here at the Journal, I'm your host, Gabrielle Griffiths, and thanks for watching.